Alrighty guys, welcome back to Star Wars Review. Today's weekly Star Wars recap for July 29th, 2024, which this week there's a lot of publishing news to get to as San Diego Comic-Con happened and there was several new novels and comics to talk about. But before I get into all that, I gotta jump into the new releases for the last 2 weeks because I didn't do an episode last week. There was The Acolyte Episode 8, The Acolyte, which was the season finale, which I quite enjoyed it. I'll have a full review of that out sometime soon. Then there's Star Wars issue 48 and Darth Vader issue 48, which I haven't read. But coming out this week is Darth Maul Black, White, and Red issue 4, which will come out July 31st, 2024. But with all that said, let's jump into the news. As like I said, there was a lot of stuff, publishing stuff announced at San Diego Comic-Con 2024, which the biggest stuff was tie-in novels for The Acolyte, which will be releasing next year, which is kind of odd to release them next year, not now, but maybe it's because of the High Republic Phase 3 wrapping up next year, and so just the entire High Republic publishing series will be wrapping up. But there was a adult novel announced titled The Acolyte Wayseeker, which will be written by Justina Ireland and released on May 6, 2025, which will be the same release date as Ireland's last High Republic novel titled A Valiant Vow, which is a middle grade novel. But Wayseeker will be set 20 years before the events of The Acolyte and follow Vernesta Rowe, and I assume bridge the gap between the High Republic publishing series and the Disney Plus series. But the cover does also feature Master Indara, so I assume she'll end up playing a part in the story. But the title Wayseeker does reference a type of Jedi we saw get introduced in the High Republic, which are Jedi who are operating more independently away from the Jedi Order, but are still Jedi. So maybe at this time Vernestra is a Wayseeker. I haven't gone around to reading any of Phase 3 yet, so I don't know if that's a plot point in any of those stories, but maybe it could be something near the end or something I obviously don't know. But also announced was a young adult tie-in novel for The Acolyte, which will follow Yord Fandor and Checky Lawn and will be set before the events of the series. As spoiler alert, they both die in the series, so it kind of has to be set beforehand. But the novel will be written by Tessa Gratton, who's written a few High Republic novels, like Ireland has also. But it will release July 29th, 2025. And as of right now, there really isn't many details, no title, no cover. So we'll probably learn more in the coming months. But sticking with the High Republic era, they also revealed a new comic series titled The High Republic Fear of the Jedi, which will be a continuation and conclusion to the main Marvel High Republic series, which will once again be written by Kevin Scott, but it'll have art by America Cresta, and the first issue will release in February 2025. But this comic will also kind of tie into The Acolyte, as Kelnaka, the Wookiee Jedi, will be featured in the series, as there's also the one-shot comic coming in September about Kelnaka set during the High Republic publishing series, which they also revealed some art panels from the one-shot showing Kelnaka after the fall of Starlight Beacon and also fighting some Nihil and whatnot. Lastly, for the High Republic, they revealed a cover for the manga The Edge of Balance Premonition, which shows Yoda fighting someone, maybe the Nihil, I'm not fully sure, and we see a nameless creature in the background and whatnot, which that manga will release April 8th, 2025. But some other comic stuff, they revealed the start of the post-Return of the Jedi comics with a miniseries titled The Battle of Jakku, Insurgency Rising, which will be a 4-issue series written by Alex Segura with art by Leonard Kirk, Stefano Raphael, and Jahiro Morales, with issue 1 releasing October 2nd, 2024, and then it'll release pretty much bi-weekly with the fourth and final issue releasing on November 6th, 2024. But there will be 2 more miniseries to follow, titled The Battle of Jakku, Republic Under Siege, and The Battle of Jakku, Last Stand. But we don't have many details on those 2 series. But I did do a full video talking about that announcement and whatnot, just kind of going a little more in depth to everything, so you can check that out. But obviously there's some reference and other books revealed. First, several art of books were announced. First, that there will be one for the Acolyte coming out next year, as well as one for Star Wars Outlaws will be coming out later this year, and a second volume for the High Republic will also release. Also, the cover for the new Star Wars Encyclopedia was revealed, which will come out November 5th, 2024, which the cover shows several characters. It's very orange for some reason. Honestly, don't know if I really like the cover that much. And obviously it's just an encyclopedia, so it's not really that big of a thing. Also announced was that a visual guide for the Acolyte will be releasing sometime next year, written by Pablo Hidalgo. So it's nice to be getting a visual guide for one of the TV shows rather quickly. But the last thing revealed was that Dark Horse will be reprinting the prequel trilogy graphic novel adaptation, which was originally published by IDW back in 2017, but now it has a new cover, but it seems like it's basically the same exact thing, just reprinted. So yeah, but I think it will come out November 12th, 2024. But that's all the San Diego Comic-Con news. There is some more comic news, as the rest of the October 2024 comics were revealed. There isn't much outside of the new Battle of Jakku comics, but there is a new Ewok miniseries, which will celebrate the 40th anniversary of Caravan of Courage, the first Ewok film, which, it is fun to see Lucasfilm not shy away from stuff like the holiday special and the Ewok films, even though they aren't very good. But anyways, Ewoks issue 1 will be written by Stephen Orlando, with art by Alvaro Lopez and Laura Braga, and will come out October 9th, 2024, which the description says, celebrating the 40th anniversary of Caravan of Courage, the Ewoks return in an all-new miniseries, set after the events of Return of the Jedi. A team of Imperial-led bounty hunters and scavengers arrive on the forest moon of Endor, searching for a secret cache of Imperial weaponry. Are they prepared to face off against the battle-ready Ewoks, who took down so many of their ranks? Who is the mysterious new warrior Ewok returning to Bright Tree Village? And what is their connection to Wicket W. Warwick? Then there will be Inquisitors issue 4, written by Rodney Barnes, with art by Raymond Rosanis, which will come out October 2nd, 2024, which the description says, Jedi legend Tensu Run confronts the Inquisitors and the dark side itself. Seething as his Inquisitor's failure to eliminate Jedi Tensu Run, Darth Vader turns up the heat, and the bodies pile up. While eluding his hunters, Tensu remains dedicated to rebuilding the Jedi Order, but as those close to him face greater risk, he has no choice but to face his fate head-on. Jaded by his pursuer's disastrous rampage, what path will Tensu take, and what will it mean for the future of the Jedi? And finally, there will be Ahsoka comic adaptation issue 4, written by Rodney Barnes, with art by George Giannetti, which will come out October 9th, 2024. So yeah, but that's all the news for this week's weekly Star Wars recap. Planning on getting now back into the groove of things, and the last weekly Star Wars recap I said that, but then I kind of got a little bit of a cold and couldn't record any videos for like a week. But now I'm fine, so gonna be jumping back into things. I'll have all the Acolyte reviews coming out and a bunch of other stuff, so yeah, but that's gonna be it for this one. I've been Star Wars Review. I'll catch you guys in the next one.
Jedi are being hunted.
She was my student. I trained her. Let me be the one to bring her in.